In this video we're going to sort out these targets so that they're invisible to the camera, so that when you're playing you don't actually see these targets, but obviously the character still reacts to them. So let's find our first target then, target cube. Let's just double click on this one. Now at the moment it's quite large. Alright, so what the character has to do is actually get into the very center of this target. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to shrink this down. Alright, so that it's looks almost like a post. Alright, and that way it's far more specific on where you're placing this, and the character, once he reaches it, will actually be already stood in the center of it. See, the bigger the target is, the more chance there is of the character sliding around trying to get into the center of it. The smaller it is, the better it is. Okay, I'm going to go to, what should I go to? I might call it create a new folder, I think, and I'll call it custom materials. Okay, custom materials, and I'm going to right click, create a new material, and I'll just call it target material. Target material. I'm probably going to make this one like a bright yellow or something so that we can see it. Yep, okay, and I'm just going to drag that onto the material. In fact, I'm actually going to give it some emission as well so that we can also see it. So it's really bright now, so that if we're really far away from it we can see where we've placed our targets. Great, so that is target number 1. We have to do the same with target cube number 2. So let's just make it into, oops, wrong way, undo scale, let's go this way. So I'm going to make it into sort of a little post, almost like a 2x4 or something, and then we're going to drag this target material onto this. Great, and now for target cube 3. Once again, we're just going to shrink it down. And just drag this material onto it. Fantastic. Now, in order to make sure that these elements are not visible to the camera, once again we're going to use our layer system. So we're going to add a new layer and we will call this targets. Now if we click on target cube 1, we can now assign that targets, and bear in mind if you have hundreds of these or something and you want to change them all at once, just click on one, press shift and click on the next one, and you can change them both at the same time. Okay, so that's an easier way of doing it. So now they're all assigned to the target group, what we can do is find our first person player, click on the camera, and we have an where is it, a culling mask. There it is up near the top, and it's currently showing everything. Okay, so all we need to do is basically switch off our targets, and we may have seen it in the little preview there, but if we click on the game, okay, that's where the target should be. So if I put it back on again, you can see the target appears there, but then when I switch it off, it disappears, but so does all the grass. Okay, so why is that doing that? Have I accidentally changed the something to the target layer? Okay, so the terrain, I accidentally must have clicked on that and set that to the target layer, so make sure that is definitely on default. Okay, that's why the grass was disappearing there. I wondered what was happening. Click on camera, it's currently rendering everything, switch off targets and the targets disappear. Alright, obviously they're still there in the game world, they're just not being rendered by the camera. Fantastic. Okay, so now that's done. A little bit of a task for you in the next video, ready for the next video should I say. Can you get the character to walk to target 1 and then stop, wait for a while, let's say 4 seconds, and then walk to target 2